Week's live stream. This is NOVAtazz. You are watching NOVAtazz Customs. Joining me this week on Garage Talk with Friends is my buddy Jonathan, JA's channel. If you don't
What's up?
Going and checking out his channel as well today. Today's car topic. Car conversions. Really?
So by car conversions, do you mean like that Challenger turned into the Superbird or whatever?
Or the Camaro.
That kind of conversion?
Camaros and the Firebirds. I think they've done.
Okay, those kind of conversions. I got you. I just wanted to check if that's what kind of conversions you meant, or like converting an engine or.
Well, it's
whatever.
basically turning one car into a different car. Whether it's a replica kit like the Street Beasts or, you know, because they use the Fox Body Mustang platform. You know, basically any of those.
I'd probably have to say my favorite one one of the favorites I've seen was how they turned a Camaro into the Trans Am.
Yeah, that is one of my favorites.
I really like that one.
I like the GTO too, if you've seen that one.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's still the Camaro body, but they make it look like a '69 Judge.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
If you find that again, you should send that to me. I kind of want to see that.
I used to have it on my screen. It's actually on my screensaver on my other computer.
Ah.
But yeah, it's sweet. It's done by the same company.
That should be interesting.
There's literally nobody in the chat yet, but that's okay.
Except me.
I'll say hi. We'll just have a conversation on the screen and in the chat.
Yeah, I'd even posted everywhere this time too.
I posted it everywhere last week too. It's okay.
This is what it is.
It might just be something going on tonight that I'm not realizing.
True. I don't think today's a holiday that I know of or anything.
It's just I'm hungover because of not hungover. I'm extra tired because of daylight savings time. That's what day it is. It's technically right. Well, actually, no. Right about now, it would be like it is 8 o'clock. Actually.
Yeah.
It was a week ago.
I was wondering why I woke up at 10, because my body is like just because of work.
Yeah.
I've been waking up at either 8 or 9, and I woke up at 10, almost 11.
Right.
I was like,
Right, because the clocks went backwards 1 hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was off today, so I'm like, oh, I'm sleeping in.
There you go. I found it. Send it to you here. Actually, I'm just going to put it up on the screen.
That works too. Then everybody can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me click the things.
Ooh. Damn. Okay, you're going to have to send that picture actually to me, because I kind of want to keep that picture.
Just Googled GTO Camaro conversion.
Okay, let me do that real quick. That actually looks really good, though.
Mm-hmm. Kid stealing the snow again. There's the back end of it.
Ooh. That's not bad.
Like I said, it's done by the same company that did the Trans Am and the...
Hey, honey, did you know you're going live?
Yeah, I did.
My phone just told me.
Oh, I'm actually live. Oh, so maybe it'll take a couple minutes.
What?
My girlfriend just said she just now got a notification that I was going live.
Yeah, I had it pop on my computer like 2-3 minutes ago. I think.
Well, 2-3 minutes ago, we've been 2 minutes in, so.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
What's up?
I just found a picture. I was looking under the Camaro GTO conversion, but it's actually a newer gen. I think it's like a 5th gen, but it's got the front end of a '69 Camaro.
You got a picture of it? Oh, no, you can't show me because yours isn't done.
I can send it to you. then you can bring it up.
I think I've seen it. It says Camaro 5 Chevy Camaro Forum.
I have no idea. I didn't look.
Same color. Is it the same color as the GTO?
It says Langenfelter on the windshield.
Yep, that's it.
I just sent it to you anyway, but
That might be photoshopped. It might be.
it still looks fucking cool though.
I guess.
And it doesn't look that bad.
I think I almost like the GTO Judge one better than the
Trans Am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
The nose looks too fat on the Trans Ams on some of them.
Yeah.
There's a 4th gen Trans Am with a 69 front nose.
Oh yeah, I just came across that one. That is weird.
Though I think personally I like the older GTOs, the twin headlight GTOs with the stacked headlights.
Yeah.
Triple X
like
style.
What was it? 65?
66, 65, somewhere around there.
Yeah, they all look pretty good though.
Hey, there we go. Finally, we have some life in the
chat.
In the chat. Welcome, Jason.
Hold on, I gotta go. Whoa, hold on.
What?
I just found one that's a 442. I think it's photoshopped, but that's
fine, Jason. We are discussing our favorite conversions. So we already talked about the.
Oh, did you show everybody that in the thing, the picture of that 69 5th gen?
No, I didn't. But this was my pick for my newest favorite, besides the Trans Am. Of course, I have to follow all the Trans Ams, but the GTO Judge conversion for the Camaro.
Yeah, I changed my answer from the Trans Am to that one.
It is a pretty sick. Now they also did the 69 Firebird as well. Oh my God! Really?
What?
Already? We're just gonna get rid of you.
Hold on. I want to see this. What do we got going on here? Go drunk, you're home. I can imagine was said on that one.
Oh, that's the same, it's actually the same one from last time. In fact, we're gonna just stick you as a moderator here, Jason. But yeah, I mean, I like the. It's nice to know my ex is in the chat already, by the way. Last time. But yeah, the GTO, Chevy's flat. Oh, but is that technically a conversion or just a throwback paint scheme? The square body. I know they did a few paint schemes from the old school square bodies at the recent car shows. Not the car shows, but the conventions like the Philadelphia Car Show. SEMA and stuff like that. They've done some of the retro paint schemes they had in the 80s and 90s on the newer trucks.
I'm kind of like looking in the search engine to see if there's any more funky ones. What the hell is that?
What?
I'm trying to. It looks almost like a Monte Carlo almost, but it's. I don't know.
Well, it's there. Send it to me and I'll put it up on the screen.
All right. I did send you that 442 one that I found too.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. I wonder if it's not about the same image. No, you didn't give me a very good image of it though.
That's the only one that was there.
Okay. This is the image of the 442 that he sent me. Hey, we got one low blazer in. I'm glad you can make it. I know that you weren't feeling too hot after doing 2 long shifts, but glad you could make it into the chat. Yeah, and I'm probably going to need help smashing that like button because I've got trolls in here already, and I'm sure they've hit the dislike button.
probably.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
We got Z Outlaw SS in the chat. Welcome aboard. You know what? I have to bring this up only because you have popped in the chat. I'm not sure if... Wow, I am all out of focus. Maybe. Oh, there we
There you
go. Ford did one to check Messenger for picture.
Oh. Yeah, I just saw that. That don't look bad.
I'm trying to pull it up. I'm having difficulties. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. It's another retro paint scheme. It's not necessarily a retro truck, I don't think. They did do a couple cues from the old school trucks. There we go.
Gotta admit, even for a Ford, it doesn't look bad though.
The thing is they had some really nice paint schemes back in the day. They did. So in fact, One Low Blazer, going to make you a moderator too, since you are part of the live stream crew. There we go. You are now.
Did you get that last picture I sent you that I didn't know how to describe?
The thing that looks like it's supposed to be a Chevelle.
I have no idea.
It's definitely a Monte Carlo.
That's what I was saying.
To it. And actually, no, I don't even think that's a Monte Carlo. I think that almost looks like, I'm going to say it's almost a regular Malibu or Impala body. I don't know how well that's coming in.
Just sit there and be like, focus, focus.
Yes, focus. We'll do the whole hand thing. Huh?
Oh yeah, you remember that GTO conversion you sent a picture of?
The orange one.
Yeah, well look at this one. It looks a little bit different.
Yeah, that I think that was done by the same company as well. Or no, this one was not. There is another one that did a better version of this. Most of these have been F-body conversions. Now, does anybody remember like the old Fiero into like Lamborghini conversions? We're talking late 80s, early 90s. They were taking, I think, Pontiac Fieros and putting like what were they, Diablo bodies on them or Countach bodies?
Wow.
But I mean, there's all kinds of ones we can go with. You have the Volkswagen Doom Buggy conversions. I don't think those ever go out of style until we start running out of. Oh wait, no, maybe they weren't Lamborghini. They were Ferrari kits. Steve's right, and welcome into the chat, Steve. Glad to see you in. Wow, my whole screen is filled with moderators. I have more moderators than not moderators in the chat right now.
Isn't that how it usually goes, though?
Well, I need a whole army because I attract all the trolls.
True.
But like I said, I already know that all of the trolls are one person, so they made themselves quite apparent at the end of last stream. They gave themselves away. But anyway, so Terry hit 1,000 subs. Well, congrats to Terry. That's
Terry?
Ebert, I do believe. Maybe, if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Ebert.
I don't know who he is.
He's in the chat.
Oh,
see?
Hold on.
He's
Damn phone went asleep.
He's the one with the two square bodies. The black and red one, and the I think the all black one.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to check it out.
He's got a great channel. I enjoy his videos. We gotta find Steve a nice, not to beat, but beat Z28 or IROC to play with. I'm not sure if he's already got a chassis lined up for it, but we need to find him an old F body.
Oh, I think I know why it's so slow.
What?
I bet you Greg's doing his live. Joey66 is doing one right now.
Yeah.
You're doing one.
Well, normally mine tend to be better than some other people's, but
Well, we got a lot of people, yeah, but
yeah. And it's definitely more interesting. If anybody in the chat wants to join the live stream itself and have a nice conversation with me and Jonathan up here on the screen, please let Jonathan know.
what?
I'm dumping that off on you.
Oh, fuck you. All right, whatever. I don't care. Just let me know, and I'll find the link and send it to you.
Evert, if you'd like to join, let me know. We could celebrate your 1,000 subs.
Okay, now it's back on you.
No, wait. Why is that one on me?
You just said let you know.
Well, yeah, let me know on here, and then I'll pass you off to Jonathan.
Ah, what am I, your bitch?
We won't go there. What is in the glass tonight? Hammer down. What is always in the glass if I am drinking a beer and it's not black?
Yingling. Ying-a-ling-a-ling.
Got to support Schuylkill County, man. By the way, Jonathan, what is in your glass tonight?
I don't even have one at the moment.
You have an empty glass.
Pretty much. Actually, hold on. Is there anything in this fucking thing? Yeah, water.
There we go. And it's true water this time, right?
Yeah. No, I wish I had some of that spring water though.
Have in the glass tonight.
What is that going to be? Our every stream question?
Yeah, that's the whole point of this. Of it's hanging out with brewskis or some other form of beverage, whether non-alcoholic or alcoholic, doesn't matter. Baja Blast Mountain Dew. Now, unfortunately, I am not a fan of that. I used to work at a Taco Bell when that stuff actually came out. I remember when we got all the promotional stuff for that Baja Blast, and yeah, I wasn't a fan of it then, still not a fan of it. Rather have regular Mountain Dew. And Steve is drinking a Miller Lite, and Z Outlaw is drinking a Coca-Cola. And you know what? Nothing is boring, as in everybody has their own taste. And Eford has having a tea. Now, what do you put in your tea? Do you do honey or sugar and milk? What does Eford put in his tea? That's his question. Good. Oh, let's see. Any of the Carlisle events are always a good event to go to, whether it be Corvettes at Carlisle or actually pretty much any of the Carlisle events. There is a big car show up in Bloomsburg, PA, I think about midsummer. That's the state fairgrounds in the area. Mopar Carlisle is definitely a great event. Like I said, anything at Carlisle. And like, Chris, One Load Blazer says, any event. I mean, of course, my favorite tends to be the GM Nationals. The Truck Nationals is a really good event if you're into trucks. Obviously, I would say, Jason, you're probably going to be more interested in the Mopar event like Steve is, given the fact of your Cordoba. I said that's so wrong. I've not been to the Hershey swap meet, though there is a really nice car museum down in Hershey. That's always, if you're down in the Hershey area, you should go check that out. It's well worth the money. Yes, the All Truck Nationals is definitely also a great event. Also, the Truck Nationals up in Bloomsburg is really, really nice. They bring the big monster trucks out and the mud boggers and everything. Well, that's the problem is like Steve said, it's a lot of all that stuff is in the middle of prime car show and car event territory, so it becomes hard to pick and choose what you actually want to go to, because normally there's like 5 or 6 events going on at any given weekend.
Yeah, I ain't got that problem around here.
Well, you've got to travel far and wide just to find a car show, which is really weird because your area, you would think that you would have a good bit of car stuff going on.
We do have some, but it's actually like 2017 there was actually more shows than there was last year.
Well, then somebody's not putting one.
Yeah, because there was like Corvettes on the mall and Mustangs on the mall, but last year they didn't have it.
All right. I think, Steve, aren't you doing the long haul for the Power Tour this year? I think I heard that somewhere. Yeah, the Hot Rod Power Tour, Jason. They travel. It's basically the biggest hot rod horsepower parade in the United States. I mean, they travel halfway across the United States at any given year, I do believe so. At least half the country, right? Starts in North Carolina this year. Where's it ending up, Steve? North Carolina. Oh, so it's going up this time. Okay. Excuse me. That wouldn't be too bad for you then, Steve, if because you're pretty close to home by the time it ends. I know that I made that trip from Dayton, Ohio, from here to Dayton, Ohio, and back to here in the TA the first year that I got it. I went to the 2014 Trans Am Nationals in Dayton, Ohio. That was definitely an experience, especially driving a car that I'd only owned for like 6 months and didn't run for 6 years before that. So that was an iffy trip.
Sounds like you had a fun time.
Oh, I did. The car was great, man. I mean, 1,200 miles in one weekend, and the car didn't give me a single issue.
Damn, that's pretty good.
I tell you what, it was more comfortable than my the brand new the 03 Cavalier that we had at the time. I got out of the car and I didn't even need to stretch. It was the 79 Trans Am Deluxe seats. They're pretty comfortable.
Huh.
Let's see. Yeah, it is basically what it is. It's just a giant horsepower parade. I just kicked my camera. There we go. It's a Pontiac, so of course, yeah. You know what? I think the Camaros, do the Camaros share the same seat cushions as the Trans Ams and the Firebirds? I'm not positive. I'll have to go look at my my catalog and find out. We should get my sticker on there, Steve. Just saying, wink, wink. I'd love to get one of my old. I think if I did that though, I would probably be with the Nova. If I do swap it with the LQ4, just because of the more dependability of having an LS style block in it. What's a great event for content? Again, can't beat Carlisle. Just the stuff that they show up in there. I mean, you got to do is Google or search for Carlisle events on YouTube. Our local guy Mike and them, they've covered it a few times. At least the Corvettes of Carlisle. They're huge events.
Oh, that's a nice car.
Well, I got a sticker for your toolbox there, Steve. I'll just have to send it out to you.
Hey, Sean, have you seen the one guy's car that's in the chat? The low lid X50?
No, I have not.
I think it's a Purple Galaxy, I think.
I'll have to, let me see if I can pull his up.
Should be able to.
It's not letting me click it.
Or just get on your phone and then click on the profile picture in the chat.
I don't have I'm not logged in. I'm not in the chat on my phone. I have the chat on the one side of my.
Well, I'm just saying that's how I did it and it worked.
Yeah. Let's see. How many people do we have in here at the moment? It's actually quite a bit of people in here, I think.
9.
That's not too bad. Mine says 8, but that might be wrong. Yeah, 8 concurrent viewers at the moment is what it's saying. Everybody, the stream look good? I'm not actually watching my stream today. Normally I do.
It's a 64 Galaxy with a 4.6
Grand
Grand
Marquis.
Marquis.
Oh, so you just dropped it right on top of, and the Grand Marquis, isn't that the same chassis as the cop cars? The Grand Marquis, isn't it the same thing as the Ford cop cars?
The VIX?
Yeah, the Crown Vic, isn't it the same chassis or no?
I think it might be.
Unless that chassis is too short. We got DSW Joyride in the chat. Glad to see you can make it. Oh, and welcome, Low Lid. I do believe this is the first time I've seen you in here, so definitely have to, give you a shout out here. Yeah, the Lincoln and the VIX. Okay, that's what I thought. And we got Classic Ride Society in here as well. I noticed you're in here. Guys, if you want to give yourself a shout out, you can use the super chat. Put your channel up at the top of the banner if you would like. I figured I'd add that this week. So if you want to shout out your own channel, please use the super chat, and it'll stay up at the top of the screen for as long as you have it up there for. All right. So we want to go back to anybody in the chat have that hasn't already brought up one, a car conversion. So we use the Camaro to the Judge. The 5th gen Camaro converted over to the GTO Judge. They also have the Trans Am conversions for those newer Camaro bodies. I think we had the Pontiac Fiero to the Ferrari. Anyone else have any other oddball ones that you have seen? Well, I mean, technically, Low Lids is a conversion. It's not a mass-produced conversion, but technically it is. Because that's a Crown Marquis into a 64 Galaxy, even though you're just basically transplanting the whole body. But Challenger to Superbird, yes, that was actually the original one I saw today that made me think of, and I'm being ADD at the moment, I'm playing with beer caps. But anyway, that happens to be the one that I saw today that sparked the discussion topic for today. There was a very nice one on Facebook this morning.
What in the hell?
A Le Mans sports truck. Lemons or Le Mans? Because there's a big difference. It's the Lemons is that Roadkill. It's actually Roadkill just joined it. I don't think Roadkill sponsored that now.
No idea.
The Lemons race. Okay, Le Mans. Okay. So you're taking a Pontiac Le Mans and making what, like an El Camino out of it, or what? Not sure if I'm getting what you're converting it to. Or are you dropping like an S10 on a Le Mans frame?
Trying to find some other conversions in Google, but it's all weird, funky shit that's really not.
So yeah, you're talking basically taking a El Camino, which would be the GM little car truck, and doing just a Le Mans swap with it. Yeah, 66 El Camino and putting the Tempest front end and that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, those always come. You know what? I have not seen. I have seen only a few bad, and it was only badly executed, not a bad idea. El Camino swaps where you take a different car. I've even seen a Trans Am swapped into an El Camino. Trans Am nose swapped onto an El Camino, and that actually came out pretty nice.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Cadillac also had a sport truck, and this was actually a production vehicle. It was a Cadillac Fleetwood, I want to say. Maybe it was I think it was a Fleetwood with a bed.
The only one I remembered was the Escalade that had the bed.
No, there was this is an older car. Maybe 80s.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, seen the Cutlass Caminos, seen them before. And yes, I agree. I like the Trans Am El Camino. That was a really nice looking done one. No, there was an actual, it wasn't a flower truck. It was an actual production vehicle. There wasn't very many of them made. There is a YouTube video out there about oddball, legit factory versions of cars. One of them was an El Camino. Right at the end of the El Caminos, they stuffed a bunch of whatever they had laying around in El Caminos, and
there's a conversion for you.
What did you send the chat?
Yeah, I just remembered that I saw that at the car show last year, and that was a pretty neat conversion.
Convertible.
The CUDA.
Convertible CUDA. I think they're actually making these. So there is a CUDA out of a newer Challenger. Yeah, I'd like the oddball ones too. This El Camino, the one that I was talking about, the last one was it was an El Camino, and they stuck a bunch of like really, really, really plush seats out of, I'm not sure if it was a Cadillac or what, but or maybe it was a Ranchero. But it was one of the pickup truck car things, and they stuffed luxury seats out of one of their other lines into it because that car had discontinued, and they had a whole bunch of seats left over. So they made a whole graphics package, and they had the whole luxury interior with these really plush seats and everything. And it was really weird looking because it's not something that you would expect out of one of those cars. What about converting engines? Like what is it? The Bullet WS6 has the Coyote engine in his Trans Am now.
Yeah, I remember that one.
We got what else do we got? Well, you got the most popular one. You got a really popular one out now. I think it's even been taken off by some of the bigger TV, well, the car media spotlights on social media. The Miata with the Hellcat engine in it.
Oh, that thing's got to fucking pull like a freaking freight train.
That's if it can keep itself,
straight.
It's a really, really short wheelbase car for a really, really, really big motor.
Mm-hmm.
A Lexus V8 in a square body Ranger. That's different. You have to get some pictures of that, Chris.
Wait, what engine does we talking about Blazer, Chris?
Yeah, that's one low Blazer.
What engine does he have in his Blazer? Or is it just a stock?
It might be a stock one, I think, or maybe probably an LS.
I never even asked. I just thought about it.
The outside of the truck looks freaking wicked enough.
Uh-huh. So and I'm kind of curious. What the hell's on the inside, Chris?
And of course, you always got the car bodies on top of the truck frames, like
you said it was 3.4 out of a Camaro.
The little V6, which isn't bad to move those little S10s. Those things do move just fine with a V6. They're light enough.
Yeah. So wait, are we talking about like 5th gen V6 or like an older one?
I want to say that the 3.4 was probably in.
I don't remember which one had the 3.4.
I want to say 90s.
Probably one of the 90s ones, yeah. Huh.
Camaros are. That's all depends on who you believe and who you listen to.
I'm not gonna say anything.
We're not gonna say anything. Eford, I had a 500 Cadillac. It was a rear-wheel drive 500. It was out of a 73 Eldorado. No, not an Eldorado. It was out of a I think it was a Fleetwood. And I was going to drop that in my Nova. That was my original plan. The other plan I had was to take an El Camino and put it in the back bed of the El Camino, and with a transfer case and making it 4-wheel drive. I think I would have had to have used I forget what it was. I had it all laid out, but I was going to take the Caddy 500, throw it in the back bed, able to keep the cap on the El Camino for street use, and take the cap off for car shows to make it legal. But unfortunately, I lost that Caddy motor in a storage unit, and I haven't found another decent one since.
That sucks.
We got American Bumper to Bumper. Kip is in. He has a live stream once a week as well. Give a shout out to him. I do believe he's looking to make his Are you up above 200 subs yet, America? Well, Kip, I think he is. So I got a question. Anybody seen the footage from what the hell is his name? Z Outlaw would know this one. Shoot, why can't I not think of his name? He's got the Challenger that got arrested. Not Family Cruise, and the other one.
I think his name's Corey.
Yeah, Corey. They finally released the dash cam off the cop car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say I disagree with the cop pulling him over.
What happened?
He was darting. Like when the cop first saw him, he was all the way in the far left lane. I think is a carpool lane, and then he was goosing the throttle quite a bit, darting in and out of traffic and stuff. There was a hell of a lot of traffic. So I mean, it wasn't like it was big open highway. It was quite tightly packed, and he was zipping in and out of lanes and all kinds of over the place. But yeah, Tall Guy Car Reviews. I'm not saying that the cop had a right to be a dick when he pulled him over and all that, but he definitely was asking to get pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
I think the cop was thinking about pulling him over, and then like he was as the cop was saying, exhibitionist speed right in front of the cop while the cop was right behind him. I mean, come on. You know when you see a cop move and change lanes to look like they're going to get behind you, you don't be stupid. You know, you don't beg to get pulled over.
Yeah.
I agree, Jason. I really can. I mean, I wanted to. I really do like his car. He has a pretty sweet. I like the color, and I like some of the stuff he's doing with it. I just can't get into him. I mean, I don't know how he is as a person, because I don't know him that way. So I don't want to sit here and knock him as a person. I don't like his content. I started watching it and then stopped and then started again when I was trying to just see what was going on with the drama. But I'm not there for the long haul. I'm not. I can't take his attitude. I guess it just turns me off. But I mean, like, however he is with the people that do enjoy watching him, that's all well and good. I'm not here to knock any other YouTuber. It's just like I said, that particular event, from my point of view, that cop had every right to pull him over. Whether or not that cop had a right to act like a dick is a different story. Exactly what he said. When you do stupid stuff, you expect to be pulled over. I can't say I've never been pulled over. I've been pulled over as well. But I'm not a dick when I get pulled over. You get pulled over, you count your lucky stars for all the times you didn't get pulled over. You just take it and you do what you need to do. You're polite to the officer. He's just doing his job. you were obviously, if you got pulled over, you were obviously doing something to catch the cops' attention. So, you be respectful, and if it comes down to it, you take it to court, and you talk to the officer before you go in, if they allow that, and again, like I said, you don't be a dick, Let's see here. I wish we had more people to talk in here. By the way, again, if anybody's in the chat and would like to join up on camera, please let us know. I could use a few more people up here on the actual feed to chit chat back and forth with. Not that Jonathan is not great company, because he is definitely a diehard fan of mine, and he's always in my live streams. But it's always better to have a good conversation when you got more people to actually talk back and forth. Mr. Mach 1, I'm glad to see you back again. Actually, no, I think this might be the first time you've been in my chat. I was in Straight Six Fans chat the other day, and speaking of, Grant is in the chat along with Jason. This sounds like a great time to give a shout out to their weekly live stream on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Shoot, what time was that? Central Time, I do believe. 8 p.m. Central Time, I think, or 8 p.m. Eastern Time here. Every Thursday night. I'm sure that he will definitely put his details in the chat for you guys. But him and Jason, which is Old Car Auto Guy, are trying to get to 1,000 subs, and they are doing a collab every week on their channel, switching back and forth. I do believe this. I think this week is on Grant's channel, Straight Six Fan. I'm not positive. Okay, so it's 7 Grant's time and 8 here, and it is 9 Jason's time. 2 Hawaii time. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Dude, I just came across a video of Hellcat Jeep Wagoneer.
A Jeep Wagoneer with a Hellcat engine.
Apparently so.
You mean like the really old school, like wood?
Like the one that had the wood panel on the side?
Oh my God, those are. I have a soft spot for those Wagoneers. I mean, they're right up there with the K5 Blazers.
Putting that in my watch later.
I think that might be a record. 12 likes on one of these live streams. So if you haven't hit that like button, man, hit it for me, man. I could really use it. And like I said, if you want to give your channel a shout out, don't be shy. You can use that super chat down at the bottom, and your social media designation will stay at the top of the screen for the allotted time. Definitely feel free to do that. If I don't give you a shout out myself. Like I said, Straight Six Fan, Old Car Auto Guy, Hammer Down Motorsports, Mr. Mach 1. I did check out your channel a little bit. I haven't gotten a chance to watch any of your videos yet. It is definitely on my to-do list. Obviously, I definitely like Eford's Garage, and he just hit 1,000 subs. American Bumper. Kip has a live stream as well, once a week, I do believe. Who else is in here? Well, we know Z Outlaws has been in here, and he has a really, really, really sweet Camaro. And I see he just posted a video, I think earlier today, something to do with Road Atlanta. I have not got to check out that video yet today. It was on my to-do list before my live stream, but I ran out of time. I think I might have covered Classic Ride Society, Low Lid 50. Who else is in here? DSW Joyride Productions. Quite a few of those I watch your channels. Oh, okay. It was a collab with another YouTuber. Okay, I haven't gotten to watch it yet, Z Outlaw. It is on my watch list. And yes, Mr. Mach 1, the 70 Mach 1 is what caught my attention. I am definitely a Mach 1 fan, even though I am a Jeep guy. Definitely like the Mach 1 and the other fastback Mustangs. Anytime, Z Outlaw. Definitely love your channel. Don't take no shit from nobody, and I love it. Just like Hammer Down Motorsports, man. If we ever get a really good discussion in our live stream, man, Steve cuts no punches. My choice for non V8 motor swipe. I don't know anything of a non V8. I don't know what a non V8 is. Did I lose you, Jonathan?
No, I'm still here. I just haven't thought of anything to say yet.
But I guess if I had to pick a second motor, it would be an inline six. Chevy's inline six engines are tough to beat.
Well, yeah. Except for the 3100 when you put Dexcool in it.
3100?
The ones that was in the V6 that was in like the
inline six, an i6.
Yeah. I think those weren't they?
Oh, no, you just said a V6. An i6 is an inline six. It's a straight six.
No. I could have swore the ones that were in like the Buick Centuries and the Malibus were inline six.
The Buick Centuries and the Malibus, what years?
Like 99 through something.
Those be V6.
I thought they were inline.
No, well. I mean, the closest they make to an inline now is the inline 5 that is in the Colorados.
Oh. I thought they were inline. I guess that's my bad then.
But I just I enjoy my V8s. It's just one of the things that I'm into. I mean, I had inline 6 in my Nova, and I swapped it out for the 305 and then the 350. And the next motor that's going in would probably be the LQ4 if I can get my hands on a decent one. I was not back in the i5s. I was talking about the old school i6s. Ran that sucker without oil for 45 minutes, and the damn thing didn't blow up or seize.
Damn.
Oh, I was trying to blow it up. I knew I was pulling it out. I was pulling the inline 6 out of my Nova to drop into 305. The 305 was sitting on the concrete pad next to the car, and I drained all the oil and all the coolant out of the inline 6, and we were just sitting there doing a burnout and revving the shit out of that engine, and I could not kill it. I pulled it out, it still ran. No coolant, and we pulled the caps, and the caps weren't too bad either. The main bearings. I could have sworn that engine would have been cooked, but it wasn't. It had over 100,000 miles on it. The LQ9, is that the... I was thinking the LQ4 because of the 6.0, but I might be mistaken.
I think the LQ9 is the truck motor LS.
Well, yeah, so is the LQ4. They're the iron blocks, which is kind of what I want to stick with. I still want to stick an iron block in it. And besides, I think the LQs are going to be easier to get a hold of than the bigger LS motors. Okay, yeah, it's the LQ9 that I'm looking for, the 6.0. I thought the LQ4 was a 6.0 as well. But it's definitely the 6.0 that I'm looking for, not the not the smaller one. What was Eford's idea? 3.8 supercharged V6. I just got to find an LQ9 complete. Like I want the whole. I don't care if the truck's completely trashed, but I was hoping to find a whole body so I can take my time taking apart the harness and all of the sensors. All the stuff that I'm going to need to do the conversion without having to sit here and, I just like to have the carcass sitting here so that way if I run into a problem, I have the original truck sitting there to pick from. All right, so the LQ9 is the Escalade only. I thought there was the 6.0 that was in like some of the delivery vehicles and stuff. I don't necessarily need it to be. I just need the block originally. I mean, obviously the whole engine will go in the car, but I mean, eventually the heads will get swapped out, the cam, the intake, all of that stuff. So at the end of the day, the main thing I'm looking for is a running 6.0. All right, good night, Jason. Catch you guys next time. Yeah, I still gotta watch it though. I don't have a whole crap ton of money. I know that I can pick up a used box truck with a 6.0 in it, or an old school, or a minibus for not too much. Yeah, that's what I thought the LQ4 is what I was looking for, because I do believe I can get the LQ4 cheaper than I can get the LQ9.
The LQ9's pull pretty good though.
Well, the LQ9, like you said, is out of the Escalades. Well, you know what's going to be easier to pick up out of a scrapyard, a box truck, you know, a junked box truck or a minibus or an Escalade.
Yeah. I'm just saying because I rode in an LS swap or a LQ9 swapped Blazer.
Well, yeah, like I said, you know,
So.
it's one thing if you have access to something, and I'm looking at being cost effective because I mean, literally with no budget whatsoever, and I'm not talking like no budget as in sky is the roof. I'm talking no budget as an empty wallet.
I feel you on that one.
So, you know, it's more of what can I get as cheap as I can get it.
Yeah.
What causes a no start after warm up on a 2000? I'm guessing 2001 or 2004 Ram 1500. I would say your starter, but that's or paper lock, but that's a carb. I'm not necessarily good at diagnosing the newer vehicles. We got Nikolai in the chat. Welcome in. Let's see. LQ4 is still sought after. Pretty hard to find it in the junkyard. They go quick. Seems like same day quick from you pull it. Yeah, I'm not looking for one out of the junkyard. I am looking for, I would probably end up finding a private sale of somebody selling like a used box truck that they just wanted off their property.
Yeah, I know my one friend got a good deal on a Cavalier with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's basically how, you know, you're either gonna, if you start looking in the popular places for people to pick stuff up like that, then you have competition, the prices go up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I'm also looking for the whole vehicle, because it's more likely you're going to be able to find everything you need off of a whole vehicle than you will, you know, when you're at the junkyard, you're pretty rushed for time. You only have so long while it's open.
True.
And so you're not always going to think of everything. Whereas if the carcass is literally sitting behind your shop, you know, you're going to be able to go back to it if you find that you get to a spot that you're going to need something else, and it's like, oh, well, let me run to see if it's still on the, you know, on the truck or on the chassis, and you can be able to pull it from that instead of then at that point, then you're sourcing out parts. Andy, I'm not sure. I don't have all of that stuff at the top of my knowledge. Most I can say is Google it and see what you can find. I don't know, man. Jason and Grant's freaking little subscriber race here is definitely closed its gap within the last week. You don't know how many Americans have told me that they're cheering for Jason. I pull for both of you guys, man. You're both my friends. So Jason and Grant, I pull for you equally, and not that that helps because it's just a level playing field at that point. My beer glass seems to be empty.
So many Yinglings you have so far, too?
There you go, Annie. It seems like Hammerdown has your answer up there. I know more of the old school stuff than the new school stuff. If I run into a problem with my stuff, I have to hunt and peck for the answers, you know, just like everyone else. And if I find the information, I pass it on, but I'm not an expert in new stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Eford. He said that if you have the complete truck, you have everything and can part out the rest. Exactly. You know, I can take that, I can pull what I need off of that truck, and then I can literally take the carcass, what's left. I can take it down to the scrapyard and get weight for it. You know, and I'm recouping some of the money that I put into it at that point. Or if it's a valuable, you know, if it's got valuable parts, you know, you can always part out and then scrap what's left.
True.
You know, and you'd be amazed how much, you know, stupid stuff like headlights and stuff go for. You know, especially front end parts where you get in accidents and stuff. If you got a clean front end, you know, you can sell that shit on eBay pretty quick.
Yeah, especially if it's like certain cars that are
high risk for impact, and people don't want to spend a shit ton of money for new parts.
True.
You know, if you got a truck where, like, if you got let's say you picked up a box truck, which is commonly used for, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? Actually, I got a little bit of beer left. Sorry, ADD. If you have a box truck that's commonly used for fleet vehicles, you know, they're not going to want to throw a shit ton of money out of another fleet vehicle. Either they're going to scrap it or they're going to find some cheap used parts to throw at it. Yeah, society, it literally depends on how well a vehicle is taken care of. I mean, I've run into, like, my TA has a little bit of rust in the front end, but most of the car is good. You know, but then you got my Nova, which is completely Swiss cheese. And then I ended up picking up a car in Jersey, and almost every car that comes out of Jersey is basically Swiss cheese. And that car is, I would say, 98% solid. So it really is just a, you know, you know, you never know what you're going to get unless you look. Not every car up here is rotted. Eford goes, you need to get some, tells Grant he needs to go out there and get some Canadians on his side. Get that shit flowing both ways. Has anybody noticed the hoodie that I'm wearing today? Because it's not one of my own.
Send it, Steve.
Yep. I actually really like this hoodie. It's a super comfortable hoodie. I can't wait to get one of my newer hoodies, which is the premium hoodies that I have out.
How much were those ones?
The premium ones?
Yeah.
They are 44. I can't help that too much.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know, I have, you know, it's Teespring, so you got to work within whatever they're doing.
Pretty much,
yeah. A little bit, but you know, the hoodies are expensive outright to begin with.
True.
I think a red short box Chevy with a 5.3 should be good frame for the IRAC 4x4. Yeah, should.
Sounded like you said Iraq instead of Iraq.
IROC. Yes, you're right, IROC. But, you know, he's talking about car, though. Let's see, where are we at? I lost where spot in the chat here. Apparently Steve is flirting with both sides of the fence there. Lucky if freaking tailgates live around here. Not because they rot out, but because people like to steal them.
What, tailgates?
Oh, yeah. Tailgates are expensive. And you think about how easy it is to yank one off of a truck. I mean, you can, especially like an 80s or 90s truck, you can pull that tailgate off of that truck in, what, 30 seconds? Pop the latch, drop it, lift one side, and pull it off. After, well, you got to pop the straps. But yeah, you could probably pull, with two guys, you can definitely pull the tailgate off in less than 30 seconds. And that's $200-300 in your hand in 30 seconds. Not that I am suggesting anyone go steal shit, but
it's still kind of fucked up because then that person that owns the truck, now they got to go out and spend $200-300 for another one.
Does the person stealing it care? They don't have any respect for anybody, obviously.
Apparently.
You know, if they're willing to leave somebody sit with freaking their car and cinder blocks with no wheels and tires, and you know, I don't think they're really caring. I told last week, I said about my buddy that had the 1980 Trans Am that we called the Ugly TA. Yeah, they stole it right out of his driveway and parted it out.
Damn.
Yep. I mean, the panels were all surface rust. It was all patinaed. I honestly, I thought it was a gorgeous vehicle, but it was true patinaed. It was sitting underneath of a willow tree for over 20 years. I think it was more. I think it was more like 30 years. It sat underneath of a willow tree. He got it running, got it fired up. It only had I think a 301 in it.
That's crazy. Goes to show you can't get nice shit without somebody wanting to take it from you.
Well, or destroy it.
That too.
We got Impact Garage, and it is the muscle car Impact Garage, not my friend Ignited Garage, who has the imports. Beating into 4K watch hours. You know what? Your live streams are a great way to get the 4K watch hours. You'd be amazed about how many freaking watch minutes you get out of a live stream. Especially with the amount of people that I see in your guys' live stream, Grant and Jason. Jason's not in here anymore, but that's the way I was before, Eford. I had killer watch time, but when YouTube started their 1,000 subs and 4K watch time, I was desperately needing subs. I think I was like 200, 300 subs at that point. Donovan?
Huh?
When they implemented their new monetization guidelines, I do believe I was sitting under 500 subs.
Which guidelines? The 10,000 or?
Yeah. No.
The 1,000.
It's not 10,000 subs. It's 1,000 subs. They're not up at 10,000 subs. Oh my God, I'd have a heart attack.
Sorry, I was thinking about the watch time.
I had a hard enough time trying to get to the 1,000 subs in time. There's no way I'd make 10,000 subs routine.
Yeah, I think you were around that when they implemented that.
And got myself up to 1,100 and something. And then right before the New Year's or right after the New Year's, I was up to 1,500 subs and I lost 500. So luckily it happened after I was above 1,500 subs, or I would be a cooked goose.
Yeah, you would have been under 1,000 and that would have really sucked.
Mm-hmm. I mean, by watch time, I have well over 8K. I have 4 times the needed watch time right now.
Probably from the live stream.
Well, it's not just that. I have videos that are really, really, really popular. So probably Andy is probably one of them from that video, considering he was in here asking about the Dodge Rams. So I want to assume Andy is following my channel through my Dodge Ram videos. which I will be getting back on that hopefully within the next month or two. And I keep saying that, but just haven't bought the part. Girlfriend is over there snickering.
All right, Sean, I think I'm going to hop off for tonight.
Alrighty. Thank you for joining me, Jonathan.
You're welcome. Hopefully you can find somebody to fill my spot if you plan to keep going.
Maybe. I might have some of Greg's guys coming over here in a short beat. But, yeah, Andy just agreed with me. Yep, he came from the Ram stuff. Welcome to have you. Like I said, I will be getting back on that Ram soon. I missed that truck.
All right, see y'all later.
All right, see you, Jonathan. If you haven't subscribed to Jonathan's channel, go check him out. I'm waiting for him to do another live stream. I do join his live streams when he hosts them as well. Like Hammerdown said, if you haven't checked out everybody else's channels, go check them out. There's a bunch of good channels in here. You know, Eford Garage, Hammerdown Motorsports, Impact Garage has got a good channel. Obviously, Straight Six Fans got a good channel, along with Old Car Auto Guy, as they are definitely in a battle to 1,000 subs. Looks like his video is going to be going up here shortly, so watch out for his newest video coming up. He's got a Ford Fairmount that he's doing a budget build on. It's definitely an interesting build. Basically, it is the Mustang's ugly, older, bigger brother. Let's see. Well, that's not good, lowrider. Not lowrider, low lid. Definitely don't like it when somebody else comes running our vehicle, especially when they don't have insurance and it's a stolen vehicle, because you end up getting screwed. And we got Pete just joining us. Like I said, if I need another co-host up here, so if anybody would like to, let me know, and we'll see about getting you up here on the screen. Impact Garage is wondering who's going on Power Tour 19. Hammerdown is definitely doing the long haul, or as Cletus would say, the full pull. What did Pete say? Hammerdown. Yeah, I'd like to see some pictures of those two Camaros next to each other there, Pete and Steve. All right, well, thank you for stopping in, Pete. Hopefully you hit the like button for me. I'm trying to get a record-breaking amount of likes in this video. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to stay on. Depends on how well the chat keeps going, because I'm not very good sitting up here talking to my lonesome. So, yes, full pull. I was not a fan of Cletus when I first started watching him, but I definitely am a fan of him now. The stuff he's got going on in his channel is crazy. I just watched a video today where he's got the El Camino almost ready to start mocking up drivetrain stuff in it. From what I heard, it's getting Leroy's original engine in it. So that's a 700. What did it say? 700 horsepower. I don't know. It's definitely a 7-second. Definitely be a 7-second El Camino without the jet. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Good night, Eford. See you next week. So yeah, it's getting Leroy's old engine and a jet engine. They're putting the jet engine in the bed of the Elky. Yes, I watched Slow Restoration. In fact, I know he's the one that made these hoodies, and I just thanked him for the good quality work in one of his last videos. I can't wait till he starts working on the Camaro again. But the S10 Extreme that he's doing is really nicely is coming out really nice. Looks like he's got the chassis almost done. I haven't watched his latest video, but I will. And oh, so me and Danny have raced a bunch. We go way back. We go back and forth. So do you race the you've raced his Krypton Green Camaro? I don't think I've seen any of that on your channel there, Steve. Speaking of racing, I've got to ask, how's the little Rio doing? Is it back together yet? That's what I thought. You know, there's. I'm not sure where Slow Rester. I know he's local. I'm just not sure how far. You know, what area he's in. He looks like he's up in the mountains somewhere. Oh, okay. She ready to fire up yet, Steve? Oh, he's all the way down there. I didn't realize he was that far down. Well, it's still only like an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes from me. Because it's just about 2 hours to get down to Cecil for me. All right, well, Chaos, the little soul, is waiting for Rio to come back to life. You have a name for that car? What plugs do you run in one of those newer Camaros? I'd assume probably something like NGKs, but I'm not positive. Or do they still run AC Delcos and stuff in those? And then on the next project, I'm guessing. That's what I figured, NGKs. Yeah, you don't want to burn the plugs out. I think good old Send It Steve had that problem on his Corvette where he totally ate the plug. But I think that I'm gonna head off of here. Have a good night, guys. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you. I'll see you guys next week. All right, take care. Have a good night. Peace and be safe.